Hello ladies, gentlemen, and persons in between. My name is Tim Snowborn, and today we're going to take another trip down memory lane and see more of my adventures abroad on this episode of Not So Serious Issues. So, I was having an unusually hard time thinking of an idea for a video this week. I have other videos planned for later, but none of those ideas were usable now. So I decided, hey, you know what I haven't done in, 8 months? I haven't done a slideshow episode where I show you pictures from my life. So that's what I'm doing today. Last time I ended by showing you some of the really cool fish tanks in the COEX Mall Aquarium in South Korea. Today I'm going to wrap up that portion by showing you a few more fish tanks that I for some reason didn't include last time. And then we're going to move on to other scenes around Korea and then take a trip to Cambodia. So, off we go. So, as I said, here are some more of the fish tanks I saw at the COEX Mall Aquarium. I don't know why I didn't include these at the end of the last video. There's only a few of them left. I should have just tacked them onto the end there. But anyway, this one is in the shape, as you can see, of a lady's leg in a high heel. I'm not much of a leg man, but this one reminded me of the lamp from The Christmas Story. This is one of my favorites. I love the chemistry set. What a great idea for a fish tank. This is an actual working computer. It's just the monitor in there. The keyboard is in front, as you can see. I don't know if you can see the tank inside the tank there, but the monitor isn't waterproof. They just put a smaller tank inside where there's no water for the monitor. And there's a bunch of dories swimming around it too. This is the first of a few pictures from the Fire Festival, which they have every February on Jeju Island. It's something to do with the harvest or the planting season. They pick a hillside and burn it along with a few wooden sculptures. This thing was before the festival, before the burning got started. It's an inflatable head there and then a bunch of tendrils trailing behind it, and it was drifting lazily from side to side in a very tranquil, hypnotic dance in the sky there. I wish I had gotten footage of it. I feel like I did, but I don't know where that is. But anyway, it was really cool to see. And here's another one. Smaller head, longer tendrils, not quite as impressive, but still pretty cool. Again, Fire Festival. That's the burning hillside and a bunch of wooden sculptures in the front. The middle of which is this great churning fireball. Just a big ball of wood that they set fire to. It looks like something out of Firestarter to me. I climbed Mount Halasan, which is the mountain on Jeju Island, and there was a Buddhist temple on top, and there were a bunch of crows hanging around, which I thought was really cool. I've climbed a few mountains in Korea, and always seemed to be crows at the top. I like it. The Blowing Studio. Yes, I went to a place called the Glass Castle, which is a art museum / sculpture garden where everything is made of glass. And this is the studio in which they blow their glass. I don't know if they consulted with an English speaker before putting that name up, but I thought it was hilarious. This, sorry about the lights there that kind of wash everything out. There was another park. Jeju has a lot of different parks and museums you can go to. It's very touristy. And one of them was this dinosaur park. It was just sort of their impression of Jurassic Park. None of the dinosaurs were alive, of course. It was just a bunch of recreations of dinosaurs. Some were in dramatic poses and action sequences or whatever. But yeah, this was the bathroom. Outside the bathroom were painted these pictures of dinosaurs pooping. I wish I had included the other one because they're all hilarious. This is a place, it's not a beach as you can see, but I like visiting this place because the water was knee to waist deep on me. It was a great place to walk around or maybe do a little snorkeling. As I said, Jeju's got a lot of nice beaches and cool water. This is from Udo Island. Udo is a smaller island off the coast of Jeju. Udo, I think it means cow or cow's head because the natives decided that the shape of the island looked like a cow's head. And this is a place where you could jump off that platform there into the water, which is about 15 feet deep. Now you can jump off a platform into the water in Minnesota where I'm from, but something about being able to do it in clear blue water here in Jeju made it really nice. This is the first of a few pictures from the Mud Festival they have every year on, I believe, the west coast of Korea. They've got this mud. I don't think it's even native to the area. I had heard that it was trucked in from someplace else. I don't know why they do this, but it's special spa mud. It's supposed to be good for your skin. And everybody goes and gets drunk and dirty, and when the mud dries, it does this sort of camo look to it. And this is me up against the wall pretending to be some sort of Navy SEAL special ops person, just camoed up and hiding. More from the Mud Festival. That's one of the pools. They have these stations where you can get the mud and just paint it onto yourself, or the pools you can jump into, and mud wrestling, I think. I think you can throw it at each other. It's very popular with the tourists and the English teachers and, of course, the Koreans themselves. This is a pretty typical meal at a restaurant in Korea. I can't remember what this particular restaurant served, but most of the meals in Korea come with a bunch of side dishes, and they're all good. It's one of the great things that I miss about Korea, was eating in the restaurants, because they always had good food and good sides. Lots and lots of sides. I don't think I ever actually got to eat at one of these places. This was a chain. I saw these in a few different cities. I've eaten pig colon and I think cow colon, and this place I think served chicken colon. At least, I don't know, maybe that's just my guess from the picture. It might have just been a regular chicken joint, but I don't know why they would show a wounded asshole. Anyway, never got to eat there because I couldn't get anyone to go with me and I didn't feel like going alone. Now this picture sits in the front window of a photo processing place in Itaewon. Itaewon is a very popular street just outside the main U.S. military base in Seoul. It's very international. There's people from all around the world there. It's very touristy. There's lots of shops and restaurants. And also this photo processing place, which for years and years had this photo of a baby in the front window. It was there when I was in the Army in the early 2000s, and it was still there when I went back to teach English a decade later. And for most of that time, that baby was completely naked. It wasn't until the last time or two that I was there that someone decided to put up this post-it note over his peen, which I thought made it all the funnier. Crunky Nude. I think this is Korea's. Crunky is a chocolate brand in Korea, and I don't know why they called it nude. It looks like sort of a crunch bar, like it's got the little puffed rice in there to make it crunchy. But crunchy, I don't know. I don't know why it's called nude. That was just weird. The Hitler Bar in Daejeon. Yes. I don't know why there's a Hitler Bar there. I never got to go inside. I peeked in the window. I want to say it was actually run by Europeans, which kind of makes more sense. I don't know why people in Korea would be into Hitler, although I vaguely remember reading an article somewhere that there's weird pockets of people around Asia that are strangely into Hitler. This, I want to say it's called bundegi. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. It is boiled silkworm larvae, and it's a common street food in Korea. Here it's being used as one of the side dishes at whatever restaurant I'm eating at there. It smells like ass. I think I tried a bit once just to say that I've done it. Because, I've had at least one food I remember in my life that smelled like ass but tasted delicious, so I decided I'd give it a try, I think. So, it didn't taste good, if I remember correctly. These are the students in the middle school at which I taught my third year in Korea. I taught for 4 years, and for 3 out of those 4 I taught in private after-school academies. But this was a public middle school. And it was a lot of fun. The students really liked me. They told me how handsome I was every day. And I can't remember why they were all outside. It wasn't like a fire drill. I don't think it was. There were over 600 students at this school, which is more than twice the population of the village I grew up in. Now the story here is that A coworker, this is when I was at the public middle school again, a coworker brought in muffins and gave one to each one of the teachers in the teacher's room that I was in. Later, a couple of students came in to talk to one of the other teachers, and they saw me sitting there with my muffin on my desk because I wasn't ready to eat it. I wasn't really hungry, thought I'd save it for later. And they asked me if I was going to eat the muffin, and I said, yeah, I'm just saving it for later. I'm not going to have it now. And I went back to the classroom. I think this must have happened during summer school because I don't usually go back to the same classroom. I don't leave the classroom and then go back to it later. So I went back to the classroom, and they had drawn this on the board, which I always think is hilarious, mostly because of my coworker there. They drew my coworker, Miss Park, as a chipmunk of some kind. And I just love how adorable she is there. That's great. Oh yeah, and they didn't believe me. They asked me if I ate the muffin, and they didn't believe me. Said I'm a liar. This is from a zoo north of Daejeon. This jaguar cage had a catwalk, tish, where the jaguar could just walk back and forth over your head. I thought that was pretty cool. This is the first of a few pictures from Cambodia. I was supposed to go to Amsterdam that year, but I ended up getting very sick and staying in the hospital for a week. And so I ended up I had a long weekend and decided to go to Cambodia for a few days. And yeah, this is the Happy Special Pizza restaurant that I ate at. Can you guess why it's called the Happy Special Pizza restaurant? There's my pizza with the secret ingredient sprinkled on it. I got a bag of the secret ingredient by slipping $10 to the owner before I left. One of the temples in Cambodia there, I mean, I've been to Thailand and Cambodia now, and having been to both, I can tell you that, in my opinion, the temples in Thailand were a little better. Just the ones in Cambodia were definitely nice, but they were all stone colored like this. The temples in Thailand were just more ornately and colorfully decorated than this. All the temples in Cambodia were just stone colored. Which, I mean, it still looks nice, don't get me wrong, especially Angkor Wat. You've probably seen this in movies. Very nice to see, very good architecture and sculpture there. Unfortunately, they were doing some restoration work on there. I would have liked to see it without the green scaffolding cover. I visited a bunch of temples while I was in Cambodia. I just sort of took a tuk-tuk around. Remember the tuk-tuk that I showed you in a previous video? Those little taxi bike carriage things. You just give them like $10 and they drive you around for the whole day. I went to one temple, and on the way into the temple, there were these kids outside trying to sell stuff, and they tried to sell me a guidebook for $1. I decided I wasn't interested, and I just went inside and just saw the place for myself. And then I came back out, got in my tuk-tuk and left. But as we were driving away, I heard this motorcycle coming up behind us, and it was those same kids still trying to sell me that guidebook. They were just one of them was driving, and the other one was holding out the guidebook going, $1, you buy, $1. No, sorry kid, I wasn't interested. I almost felt bad though. They were obviously desperate to sell something. One of the better pictures of a sunset I've ever taken. This was at a dance that my driver took me to. We recommended this show, and it was a good show. Traditional Cambodian dance, I'm assuming. I don't think they made this up for the tourists, but anyway, it was very nice. Little closer shot of the dancers. Really love the costumes they're wearing. Very nice set. This girl, I think, was sort of the lead dancer. She was doing kind of a solo thing. And then back in Korea, we have the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which they did as a stage production in Seoul. I don't know why I didn't go to this. I don't know if I just decided it wasn't worth the money because it was kind of expensive or what. But yeah, I wish I had gone and seen this because I remember seeing a TV commercial for it, and it was cool to see an all-Asian Rocky Horror Picture Show cast. That was sweet. I wish I had gone to this.
Alright, that's going to be all for now. What'd you think? Did you like the fish tanks? Have you ever been to Cambodia? Have you ever eaten an animal's colon before? Couple of announcements. First of all, next year will be the 1-year anniversary of my time here on YouTube. Yay! And I'm up to 50 subscribers. Yay! Even before the last video went out, I was up to 50. That was really cool. I gained like 8 subscribers in a month. Other announcement is that I am going to London for spring break in the middle of April, like the second week in April. So I might do this again. I might do another slideshow episode while I'm gone. I promise to show you all the sights and sounds that I took in when I'm back. But yeah, going to overseas for a while. Remember what I said in the mindfulness video about how traveling makes you more mindful because you're paying much more attention to your environment? I decided that I had to get out and travel. It's been too long since I've been abroad. I look forward to your questions and comments below. Thank you very much for joining me for this video. If you liked it, please hit subscribe. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. It's great to have you here. I would love to have you join me for future videos and check out my previous ones for more. If you're a current subscriber, and again, I just reached 50, thank you everyone. If you're a current subscriber, welcome back. It's great to have you here. I really appreciate your continued support, guys. Thank you. So we'll do my 1-year anniversary video next week. Until then, take care, everyone.